whether we speak about education or we speak about social media, or we speak about other things, we have to realize that we've got two different levels here at least. We have the level of our individual organizations, and we have the level of the United Nations. Now, the United Nations does not, in and of itself, run educational institutions. But we, as individual faith-based organizations, many of us do. Many of us are active in education. And so it's just important when we're talking about recommendations that we are able to understand what we're recommending the individual religious organizations do compared to what we're recommending that the United Nations does. So as far as on an individual level, absolutely all of us here, many of those we know and are working with, are committed to changing social media in terms of wherever we have access. Bhaisahibji spoke about his educational work. We are also doing work in education, both in regular education, in which we also provide the values, what we call sanskaras, of oneness and harmony and peace, and also very specific, focused Hindu, Muslim youth education programs that are specifically focused on bringing about that unity in diversity. But lastly, in terms of the United Nations, because what makes this so unique and so special is the presence, as Rabbi Rosen mentioned in the beginning, of the United Nations, of KAICIID, with the religious organizations. And something that I was thinking would be, I think, fantastic and able to address all of these questions, and even those that have not been asked, is when you were putting together the plan, you went regionally, and you brought together one or two leaders of different religions from each region. If we took this back into the regions, but rather than talking about one or two leaders in terms of drafting, now what we need are mega events that celebrate this. Make this the new normal. And when we have the events, we're not just inviting the religious leaders. Make sure that you're inviting whoever manages their social media. Make sure that you're inviting the media of those regions, because those are the people who then take it out into the world. And you use the word celebrate. Yeah, let's celebrate this. Let's celebrate this in a way that's not just roundtables of drafting, but actually mega events of religious leaders of that region coming together to celebrate unity and diversity. And tragically, we still may not get the ones who are inciting violence, because there is no cut and dry, easy way to bring people to the table who don't want to come to the table. But what we can do is make this so much of a wave of oneness, a wave of a new normal, that at least in the eyes and the minds of the public, this becomes much more prominent than what the 5 or 10% are doing, and hopefully then inoculates the public from being so easily co-opted and converted into violent extremism.